process going in?
Yeah, it's incredible what they did today. I mean, we know this defense, and we prepared for it well all week. And what Todd and CJ did this week.
Take somebody's soul. He ain't taking no fucking soul out.
Keep Talib, excuse the language, he's a little excited.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are here and we are ready to roll in the Picked Last Palladium here on the Picked Last podcast. Dallas is out, Eagles are out, the Giants fans are here, and it's time to fucking party.
I've never been happier in the NFL season.
What a great weekend. This was the best weekend in the NFL season to be a Giants fan.
Since week one.
Since week one.
Before the game started.
Before we played the Jaguars, this is the best week to be a Giants fan.
This is I felt lighter. I felt happier. I was smiling. Actually, funny story. I went to Target today to do some food shopping.
Yeah.
And one of the ladies who works there, came up to me and goes, "Honey, are you all right? You look tired." I'm like, "Yeah, I am, but I just gotta go get some food." It's like, is it that bad that I'm walking around Target and they're like, "Damn, this motherfucker is dead."
Yeah, they're like, "What is wrong with this guy?"
Holy shit.
Oh, God.
Right?
You never want to be that guy that's approaching Target.
It's like some random stranger, I'm just going to say it. It's like, dude, you need to get a nap or
something. Is it rude? Should I say something? I think I'm going to say something.
Do you drink coffee? There's a Starbucks right in the lounge.
All right, so a little bit of housekeeping before we get into this wild week in the NFL.
That's right.
First off, Bri, big episode of Movie Mayhem, 154.
154, we're doing the Muppet movie. Is a nice little break because we did a lot of action movies. I saw a lot of blood, saw a lot of broken bones. Just need a little bit of a breather. So we did a movie about talking socks with eyeballs on them.
And
it was a lot of fun.
Palate cleansing postseason madness.
That's right. Something to just take your mind off a lot of the stress that's been going on.
If they're riding high every Saturday and Sunday night for these past 2 weeks, it's like, I just need to watch the fucking Muppets.
Yeah, it's like something like, oh, God.
We've got over at Bullduck, the next Bullduck Gaming episode. Second episode, first episode of our new form, of our regular standard format. So check it out if you enjoyed that. We get into Bungie leaving Activision and the Division 2 coming to Epic Game Store over Steam.
See, now if you're into video game podcasts, this is the time to jump on the Bullduck hype train.
You want to be like an early
you want to get in because now they've gotten their groove. Andrew's been practicing all off season. He's ready for this.
You don't know how many times in front of a mirror I've practiced saying Bullduck Gaming.
It's like they're getting their timing down, they're getting their rhythm in. It's about to blow up for the Bullduck boys.
Yeah, hop on board now. Don't sleep on the kids.
Don't sleep on them kids.
And of course, Mikey, secret project coming
He's still
up.
In the works.
It's still in the works. We don't know when. Of course, Mikey not here to plug his own stuff this week.
But you could check out his Etsy shop that he doesn't care about.
Yes.
Etsy Factors.
Oh, he's going to be so mad. He hasn't plugged it like a month. Stop telling people to buy my things.
See, he's in the pre-podcast stage where you're just kind of kicking everything around. You're like, I don't know if this will work. I don't know if that will work.
Yeah.
You just got to go with it, man.
Exactly. And, of course, Mikey taking a trip to Dallas to visit Zeke Elliott and console him.
To get him and the Hot Boys in one room. just hugging it out. Saying it's okay to be hot boys in stress.
Do you think he arrived in like a Salvation Army pot where they carried him into the room and then he pops out like, "Don't worry, boys, I'm here."
Don't cry out loud.
Just the lone clapping and then. Of
Zeke
course,
Elliott's like, "Can I punch this one?"
Of course, tensions were riding high for Mikey.
He was on a razor's edge.
Yes.
All night.
Of course, very confident in his smack talking the past 2 weeks.
And you know what?
We made him walk it back a little bit.
To his credit, the Cowboys were there.
They were.
They were there.
They absolutely were.
It looked like this game was going to be kind of a back and forth, especially early on. You know, the Rams didn't kind of click until maybe almost the second quarter. But, you know, to his benefit, and we will admit, Dallas had a great season.
Oh, no doubt.
Their defense took giant steps. Their offense became legitimate. They have a couple of things they need to do in the offseason to like really kind of lock it in. I think I even said in the preseason Palooza, Dallas is too talented to be this bad.
Mm-hmm.
So
they're talented enough to take Jason Garrett.
Yeah, I know.
To the divisional
round.
Yeah,
exactly. So they just need to kind of fix some things. They need to be way more aggressive on the offense, and their defense is pretty good. So let's see what happens.
I think we all look like fools for mocking the Amari Cooper trade. It's looked pretty well for them, I'd say.
You know who should shut the fuck up is Marcus Peters.
He
can't cover a fucking receiver to save his life.
But no, just to finish up, I do think, Mikey also made bold claims about Dallas being a top 5 defense. And if they weren't there, they were pretty much on the cusp.
They were, I think, 6th.
So we're just covering our ground, so Mikey can't say we just
we're going to get a fucking text message.
Full smack about the Cowboys.
Right.
Yeah, so, we had to get it in. Cowboys, great season. Rams going to ram.
Yeah, and, Rams going to ram. Jared Goff going to take your soul. That's what's
going
to happen.
And, if it's any consolation, every other wild card weekend matchup was now useless.
Yeah.
Because every other team won.
Yep.
So
the favorites won their games.
Yeah, every single one of them. Yeah. It was. So to start things off, we'll head right into Chiefs and Colts.
Chiefs and Colts.
First game of the weekend.
I think I was the only one who took the Colts.
Let me check the Twitter because I think it was split.
Because I know, I played.
I think I also took the Colts. I think me and you took the Colts.
Yeah, because the reasoning why I would take the Colts over the Chiefs, which I know sounds dumb right about now, but it's because I kind of played. Oh, sorry, I tweeted too much on the.
Oh, it's all good.
I kind of played the whole idea of, the Chiefs against a team with a winning record didn't really have good matchups this season.
Mm-hmm.
Like the Chiefs were in the games, but they always lost in the end. So I kind of played on that. Andrew Luck with a hot team. Colts were looking good. They went into the Houston and they fucking stepped on them. So I mean, hey, who knows? Like that's what I kind of wanted to see that. So
yeah, I think it was great story for the Colts this season. They went a lot farther than anyone thought they would. First team to ever make it 1-5. Frank Reich, and everything he stepped up and did this season with the staff
wasn't even his
behind him.
team in the beginning of the season.
Yeah, exactly. Yep. So to see how far they've come this season speaks leaps and bounds for the guy.
And that defense really fucking
they really
stepped up. Yeah, they were good.
And you just see how much of an effect Andrew Luck being there has on T.Y. Hilton.
Yeah,
who's maybe been quieter the past 2 years with Jacoby Brissett throwing the ball.
Jacoby Brissett and.
I don't even remember who was before him. Seems like ages ago.
It wasn't Curtis Painter, right?
Yeah, I don't think so.
No. Dan Orslowski. Matt Hasselbeck, I think.
It realistically could have been at this point. I don't know who
Check
it was.
the ESPN commentator bracket and see what you got.
Oh, God. But, yeah, it was, Andrew Luck being back, nobody knew what he would be. Could he still throw a ball?
Right.
Earlier in the season when Brissett came in to throw the deep pass at the end of the game,
we
didn't know what it was going to be like. But you see Andrew Luck is back in form.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to be a great team to watch. They're going in with a lot of cap money this year, I believe.
Oh, yeah. They didn't spend any money.
Yeah. So, seeing how far they came, it's going to be a lot of fun next year.
Yeah, they're definitely going to, bolster some things up. And maybe they might make some trades with some teams with some malcontents,
Yeah. Anything you're alluding to? Or?
Maybe.
Maybe.
Maybe. I don't know.
Oh, that could. Ooh, imagine him and T.Y.
Yeah, that would be a good team.
Wow.
Right?
With Luck chucking the ball?
Yeah.
Wow.
Think about it. There's nothing to do in that.
No.
If I was all right, all right. Spoiler alert. It's about Antonio Brown, but if because he's been running his mouth and he's been kind of making hints that he wants to go to San Francisco, be on the 49ers, and that's a good young team. Jimmy Garoppolo when he comes back, they're out there banging porn stars and doing shit. Greg Kittle, they got a team out there. He could definitely step in to be the number one. But if I'm the Pittsburgh Steelers and I know this guy wants out, I'm trading him to a place he does not want to be.
Yeah.
So, all right, maybe in the division of the AFC, it's a dumb move, but what's he going to do? Indianapolis' nickname is Nap City because there's nothing going on.
It's true, but would you realistically want to send him to a team that just went very far in the playoffs and could contend for a Super Bowl next year?
I would trade him to Cincinnati. Football Siberia.
I would trade him to Miami.
Miami?
For personal gains.
Get that teal wave back.
Yeah. Brown and teal, baby.
And teal.
Right? What a horrible color combination that would be.
Yeah.
Now, of course, we turn things over to the other side of the Chiefs.
Oh, God.
Who came out, Andy Reid finally breaking the curse.
Yeah, his first playoff win with the Chiefs.
Yeah, which is crazy.
Yeah.
Because how many times they've been there.
It's like every year the Chiefs are in this fucking game, getting the playoffs.
I'm trying to remember what it was. There was like a real like amount of disrespect to Alex Smith, and one of they're like showing that like package, the video package beforehand,
right?
And like there was like they were talking to like fans like outside, and one of the fans was just like, with Mahomes, I think this team's finally for real, or like something along those lines, and it was just like Alex Smith's gotten you guys to the playoffs for like the past like fucking 3 years.
Jeez,
shut up!
It's not Alex Smith's fault that your wide receivers like Dwayne Bowe and
like
fucking nobody.
What do you want? What do you want this guy to do?
Yeah.
Like, the amount of disrespect.
The fact that you were even considered a relevant team in the West.
Yeah.
With Alex Smith, he basically forced you into being relevant.
Of course.
Yeah.
He was great with them. And now you got the rowdy fans throwing snowballs at punters.
Yeah, fuck that guy.
Did you see Andy Reid like yelling at him?
Yelling at the guy?
The fan?
Good.
Because they showed like first they showed the clip of the guy in slow motion like throwing the snowball.
I saw that. It was very,
they had
it was very epic.
It was very like they perfectly had the camera on him for some reason.
Saying it was rigged?
Yeah. I don't know if it was rigged, but it was like
Snowball Gate.
The way they were able to fucking pinpoint the guy in the crowd that did it, it was like, how? But then I guess like the staff went over to yell at the guy and say something, and you see Andy Reid coming down the sidelines, and he's yelling, "Use your head," and pointing at his head like, "You idiot!"
Right.
Like, use your head. Don't get ejected. Like, don't cost us the game. I just thought it was funny. Like, most times staff would have just said, "Hey, don't be an idiot." But Andy Reid was yelling at him.
It's a rule now because like the whole thing, like with the whole like there was the game in Philly where they threw snowballs at Santa. There was a Giants game where they hit, I think, a coach with a snowball, and he fell to the ground. This is when they had like the glorified spray paint concrete. Like it was just the original AstroTurf, which was not cool to be on. But yeah, like a coach got hit, and then he fell down and hit his head on the floor and had to be carted off. So there's been a rule for like over 20 some odd years that fans can't throw shit onto the field, and especially snowballs. Like it's like the
they played the video like every time you go to a game.
Yeah,
these guys were just hammered. It was a playoff atmosphere.
Yeah,
and fuck this punter. They threw a snowball. It's like,
and I hope the guy. Here's what I hope. I don't want him to go to jail because I don't want.
Yeah, I think he got a warning. I think they let him stay.
I also want him to be banned from the Arrowhead Stadium for like the next 3 years.
Yeah.
Like that's it. Like you can't come in.
Just like to feel like shit when all your friends are like, "Hey, we're going to the game this weekend." You come by, it's like, "I can't. I threw a fucking snowball at Vinatieri."
Yeah. It's like, hey, like we're going to see them against the Patriots to see if we go to the Super Bowl or not. The first Super Bowl we've been in since like Super Bowl II.
Yeah.
Like I can't go because I'm a dickhead.
I'm not allowed in the stadium.
Jesus Christ.
I can go to Atlanta.
I guess I could sit here and eat barbecue.
I like how we always have the same like voice for like every schmuck.
It's always like some like fucking like lower Brooklyn accent.
It's kind of like Pat Mahomes, but but it's more schlubby.
Hi guys. Oh no.
It's like depressed Pat Mahomes.
Right.
But speaking of Pat Mahomes, I mean, he looked great first playoff game. Nothing phases this guy.
No.
The Kareem Hunt situation still looked amazing.
Yeah.
This situation still looked amazing. They still talk about how his dad was like a Met.
Yeah.
Which is like, all right.
Yeah.
I think we every single person knows that.
Now I remember who his dad is.
And of course we'll get to it in the game previews, but it's going to be super exciting with Mahomes versus Brady.
I think it's definitely that like fun young versus old dynamic.
Yes.
Like
exactly.
new wave, old wave. And that'd be really fucking cool.
Where it's like what people would consider the greatest of all time.
Right.
Versus what people who, like, this is their first season watching football would consider, like, the greatest of all time.
No, yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
Like, and also, it's kind of like, it's like the mirror image of the Patriots. And it's like, here's this quarterback who can make any throw in the world with his hotshot receiver and his giant tight end who's kind of a doofus. Like, look at him go.
Yeah, exactly. And I think it's going to come down to coaching, but we'll get into that. Down the pipeline. Coming up
down the lines.
Now let's move on over to the night game.
Right.
Where it was. Oh, by the way, I did pick the Colts.
You did.
I didn't know.
Okay. So yeah, Colts lost. What was it like? 20 something to, I forget. Like they got whooped. They weren't even paying attention.
No. I actually because I worked like super early on Saturday.
Right.
I passed out at halftime, and like my TV was still on. I remember waking up when the game was over, and I was like, "Oh, they got fucking smacked." And then I passed out again and woke up at like second quarter of the Cowboys game. So
what a nightmare.
Oh yeah, no, it was great to wake up to. The Cowboys were losing.
Oh yeah, okay,
it was
that's
cool. It was fantastic. I woke right up.
It was 31-13. So they.
Yeah.
Oof.
And I don't think that was not the biggest margin of the weekend. I don't think so.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Now we'll move on. We'll stick with the chronological.
So the Saturday night game.
Yes, which was the Los Angeles Rams versus the Dallas Cowboys.
Which it was only an 8-point difference, but it wasn't as close as they make it out to be.
No.
It was pretty much over in like the second half.
Yeah, if you would have talked to like a Cowboys fan at halftime,
they'd killed themselves by the end of the first
they would
quarter.
have thought it was like 32-7. Like that's what it seemed like.
Yeah, they were very upset.
Yeah.
They were very, very upset.
And I don't blame them because as a Giants fan, I know what it's like to be down one score, and it feels like an eternity.
Yeah, it's like once the Rams took the lead, it felt like that's it. And then it was like, I think it was like 12. It was like 12-7 or something.
Yeah,
and I was like, ooh, it's over. It's like that's pretty much it.
No. So from last week's episode, 3 of us took the Cowboys. You were the only one to take the Rams.
Oh, because I'm the best pick in the game, baby. Except I'm way up on points.
The bullseye, Brian McCormick.
Boom. That's another one.
Coming in
on
with the
list.
Rams. You had 21-14. So you were.
I was kind of hanging on defense.
Yeah.
I was.
Which I also thought it would be.
Right.
Between the stout defensive line, I thought they would completely stop Zeke.
I thought Zeke would have a better game. I honestly.
Yeah. I did too. And I think that was one of the things was. I think the Rams had the same idea that the Giants did in like week 2, except the Rams are a good football team, where they were like, let's stop Zeke and force Dak to throw the ball.
Well, that's been since Dak's been in the league. That's been the Giants' plan against them the whole time.
Exactly.
Like since his first game in MetLife Stadium, where it's like, okay, try to run the ball, but like, we're gonna play everyone
except
back.
without Damon Harrison, it doesn't really work as well.
No, yeah. Or without really any thought. Yeah.
Kerry Wynn, Damon Harrison.
Well, we could try.
And then it's funny we say that because Zeke, who could not really get as much going as we thought, turned the ball over. C.J. Anderson. C.J. fucking Anderson.
Oh my God. C.J. Anderson
Who would have thought?
He signs a week before the last game of the season.
Yeah.
The last game of the season runs for like 137 yards.
Pretty much signed because it's like, hey, Gurley's dealing with some knee injuries.
We need some depth.
Something. Yeah. And then, sure as shit, goes off.
He is too good.
Because I don't think they game plan for him.
No one
they game plan for Gurley.
Yeah. And it's like, you could say like, well, it's the same run plays or something like that. It's like, but they're two different runners.
Yeah.
Like Gurley's a little bit more cutful, and like C.J. Anderson in his, I guess, the second round of his career is a little bit wider, so he's a little bit more bowl you over.
He's what people wanted Eddie Lacy to be,
yeah.
almost.
Yeah.
But no, yeah, and I think that's something where they were so focused on Gurley that I have to give McVay some credit. He put Anderson out there.
Yeah.
You got to say, I know, as much as Scott McVay.
I guess he's not as dumb as we thought he was.
I can't wait till somebody like listens to this for the first time, our show,
right?
And they keep hearing us saying Scott McVay, and they're like, "These guys are fucking dumb."
It's Sean,
but it's like, no,
Sean McVay.
We're just gonna keep running with it.
Yeah,
Scott McVay.
Scott McVay, the coach of the the Los Angeles Bills.
Scott McVay of the St. Louis Bills.
Yeah, he definitely had a good game plan. You know, he used the run a lot. Like I think they had over like 250 yards on the ground.
Yeah.
And then Goff was able to just kind of pick apart the defense. Those hot boys, as everyone calls them.
Van Jalen.
The Wolf and the Predator. Ugh.
Mikey's in his car right now like, I didn't come up with that name.
I hate you boys.
We didn't say you did.
But no, like it's tough for, I guess, Dallas, and like I love the whole thing. There was kind of like a little video going around after the game,
yeah,
where I guess the assistant defensive coordinator or linebackers coach was like screaming at Sean Lee and Van Der Esch.
I saw that,
and they're like, "Look at this! It's a veteran and a rookie giving the coach credit." I'm like, That happens on every fucking sideline.
Yeah.
Every sideline.
That's called respect for your coaches.
Yeah.
That's just a thing.
It's called coaching.
Yeah.
It's like if a
It's called not being Antonio Brown.
if a coach didn't light into a player, there would be no football.
If that happened all the time, people wouldn't care about Antonio Brown yelling trade me.
Yeah, like throwing a helmet or something at Ben Roethlisberger.
Yeah, no, I thought that was silly. It's funny because I have the Twitter up to like bring up the scores and the predictions, and I just see your tweet from that night that said, "Did CJ Anderson ever run this good on the Broncos? The fuck is going on here?"
Right. I was laying into CJ Anderson a little bit too much.
Yeah.
But it wasn't like I was trying to neg him, I guess would be the word. to really just insult him. It was more like, what the fuck was this whole time? Like, you could have been like a star back.
Yeah.
Like in a decent offense.
To be fair, he was pretty solid when 3 years ago when they won the Super Bowl?
Yeah, when Manning was there.
Yeah, he was. And then he kind of carried a lot of that offense.
And then when Brock and I looked up who the Denver Broncos quarterbacks were.
Yeah.
In between is like Brock, Trevor Siemian, and then when he went to whatever, it's like these guys sucked. Like everything sucked.
Yeah. But I gotta say, in the year of like watching Adrian Peterson come back and go off, CJ Anderson kind of get a resurgence, and I was sitting there with Jonathan Stewart, like. Why the fuck did we pay you?
We picked this guy.
This was our choice.
And he was on the Panthers earlier on the season, and they kind of just, I think they only focused on Christian McCaffrey.
Which, not a bad thing to do.
He's smart. Yeah. I mean, he's a good young running back. But now, if you have this tandem, like Todd Gurley cuts it up, and C.J. Anderson will run you over.
Yeah.
That's what you want out of a running back tandem.
Like, who would have thought in like September of this year, you think C.J. Anderson was like, I might be in the Super Bowl this year.
He might be the MVP.
Yeah. At this point.
Yeah, right?
But I think it really worked against a team like Dallas because they're so front heavy.
Yeah.
I mean, their whole defense is solid, but like between like Sean Lee, Van Der Esch, Jalen,
Jalen Smith.
Yeah, Jalen. Like they have a stout front. So to have them ready for Gurley and then you throw them a curveball,
right.
I think that was the story of the game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? As good as everybody else was.
No, yeah.
Goff
you expected you kind of expected the main cast of the Rams to be, oh, this is definitely going to go up against the defense, and it's like, no, we got this second guy, this other guy you're not ready for.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like, dude,
the secret weapon.
Yeah.
That should be his new nickname.
The secret weapon?
CJ Anderson.
CJ, the secret weapon. Oh, man. But no, I'm happy for the Rams because I think this is actually the better matchup because we had, to quote last week, I don't want the Saints. I don't want to play the Saints again.
Yeah.
So I don't want a Cowboys team that's like tripped into a win, like stumble into a game against the Saints.
Yeah, to go to the Super Bowl.
I want a team that's like, it's do or die now, and how we heard about what the Sean Payton did when he walked into the locker room with the Lombardi Trophy and $250,000 in cash. He's
like, you see the picture of it? There was a picture of it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there's a picture that came out of it, and it's like the Lombardi in the case with the money, like all in the case, like around it. Like it's as stupid as you think it would look, and it's great.
He had to like kind of just mess it up a little bit. He's like,
exactly.
This is what we're playing for. 3 fucking games.
They're not pulling a fucking Minnesota Miracle on us.
What is it? Like when I heard that, I was like, didn't you get in trouble for this the last time you put money on the line?
Yeah.
Sean? Are we now just openly accepting this?
Yeah, at this point, it's like, well, we're making it seem positive this time.
Yeah, we're not calling anybody out. We're just saying, wink, wink. Do what you gotta do.
To get the job done. Now, speaking of getting the job done.
Okay.
Saints, Chargers.
Yeah, this was my upset pick. I really thought the Chargers would be good, but then they said, I think after we were talking about it, they said they wanted to keep that road warrior vibe alive, where they fly back out to San Diego or Los Angeles, practice like 2 days, fly to Boston, and then play on Sunday. It's like, why are you going to fucking do this?
Yeah,
it's like you got old guys on it, like. Let the fucking backups do that.
Yeah.
Keep the starters in that shit climate that was hitting the East Coast that whole weekend.
Of course, because it would have them game ready.
Yeah.
It's less travel. It's just the right thing to do.
Phillip Rivers has been in the league just as long as Tom Brady. Maybe 2 or 3 years less than Tom Brady.
Mm-hmm.
And he's old right now. He's been getting beat up right now. Antonio Gates is 1,000 years old.
Yeah.
Like,
you got old guys.
Why are they doing three cross-country flights?
Yeah.
Like, it's so dumb.
Now, of course, the Pats came out over the Chargers. Antonio Gates did say he really wants to play next year. He's hoping that the Chargers give him another year, which we'll see.
I don't know. I would, if I was you, Antonio, I would look for who the hot team is and be like, I'll just catch a pass in the end zone.
Yeah.
Like, don't expect anything from me. Just
maybe Travis Kelce gets hurt and the Chiefs need you.
Oh. That's like the big disrespect move. Just move to a team like in the same division.
Yeah, exactly. Now, as much as you were the only person to pick the Rams,
right?
You were the only person to not pick the Pats.
Yeah.
You play the hot hand.
I did. Yeah.
Yeah.
And like you guys made a good, but like the reason why I picked the Rams was the reasons why you guys picked the Patriots because
2 weeks of preparation.
Yeah, 2 weeks of prep, and I'm like, why would you hate on the Rams when they're a younger team?
Of course.
But you pick the Patriots because they have 2 weeks of prep because they're an older team.
Also, the road through New England.
Right.
Which
ended right there.
Yeah.
Because now they got to go to Kansas City.
Yeah, exactly. But for the Chargers, like I said, man, you go to New England, you don't leave New England.
You check in the Foxborough, but you don't check out.
Exactly.
Because Tom Brady will take your soul.
Take your soul.
That's my favorite football quote right now.
Yeah.
Take your soul.
Yeah.
Because it's just so harsh.
It was pretty douchey thing to say going into the game. Like, we're gonna take his soul.
It's like I like to. All right, pal.
Cool. Like, are you the Undertaker? Digging holes.
Digging holes, taking souls. Picking foals, taking souls.
I guess should we go into Foles?
No, I mean we can talk about it a little bit with the Patriots. Julian Edelman is now the second all-time leading receiver in the playoffs.
Yeah, Sonny Michel.
Big rookie move.
Yeah.
Big rookie
move. And I'm like, man, where the fuck was this when you were getting hurt every week in my fantasy lineup?
Oh, man.
Where was this?
He had that 2 weeks of prep.
Yeah, exactly. 2 weeks of prep.
I think Gronk was kind of a shadow of himself. He didn't really do much.
Yeah, I think he's done after this year. I think this is it.
He's there's so much for him to do outside of football right now.
Yes.
That one more year of football and possibly getting hurt. Why?
I'm gonna keep calling it how soon after he retires until he's on Barstool.
2 seconds.
Yeah, that's just the calling card. It's almost too obvious.
I think
he's
got some. He could be an actor. He could definitely go to a Revenge of the Nerds remake.
Start taking roles from John Cena.
Yeah, oh no.
Imagine them two in a movie together
as brothers.
Yeah.
The new Step Brothers.
Yeah.
It could actually be funny.
Gronk and Cena.
Yeah, Gronk and Cena, with The Rock as their dad.
Yeah.
No, yeah, I think there's more to Gronk right now. Because he's a personality. He could be like the Charles Barkley of NFL.
Yeah.
And I don't know if anybody watches NBA Countdown. Charles Barkley is ridiculously funny. Him and Shaq are two funny guys.
Yeah,
because they both really can't speak well. But that's not their fault. But it's them trying to explain it. It's they know exactly what they're talking about. But it's
they're very self-aware.
Yeah, they know that Charles Barkley's hosted SNL 4 times.
Yeah,
he gets it. He knows where he is, and he doesn't shy away from being funny.
Yeah,
but it's I think Gronk has that opportunity. He could definitely go on NFL Network, have his own late night with Gronk, and, some bullshit like that.
Absolutely. His options are so open.
Yeah, you teach him a little bit of media training or how to be a talk show host. NFL Network has a #1 rated talk show. It's Conan O'Brien or Jimmy Fallon. That's how crazy it could be.
Exactly. And, what's really left for him in football? He's been in this league, I don't even know how many years. He's won how many Super Bowls?
3 Super Bowls?
Yeah,
I think, hold on.
You came to the Pats. You went to the game. You went to the big dance a few times.
Yeah.
Why do you got to keep putting your body on the line to keep doing the same thing?
I think he has 2 Super Bowls. Beat the Seahawks, beat the, what's their faces? The Falcons.
Yeah.
And then he lost to the Giants. He lost to the...
Was he on the team when they played the Giants?
The second one.
The second one.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Because that was the whole thing where he broke his ankle and was out dancing the night before.
Oh, yeah.
And, so he has 2 Super Bowl rings. Most people don't even have... Antonio Gates has been in the league for a goddamn millennium. Doesn't even have 1.
Yeah, so it's
he's fine.
Yeah, he's fine. He's been a little injury prone these past 2-3 years.
He takes so much of a beating.
Yeah, so it's I think he's done. There's no reason to keep putting your body out there.
Save yourself, Gronk.
Yeah, exactly.
Even your brothers are retired.
We need you for movies.
We need you for the media.
We need you to make guest appearances as a celebrity in movies, in buddy comedies.
We need you to win the Andre the Giant Battle Royal. Again.
You're going to be great.
You're going to do it for
the
Vince.
Security guard's going to stop you again.
Yeah. It's you versus security guard.
Versus a 5-foot blonde woman.
The grudge match of a century. If you haven't seen it, please check out that clip on YouTube. Was it the WrestleMania 34?
Sounds about right.
Yeah.
It was the one in
Orlando, right?
Yes.
Yeah, the one in Orlando.
Yeah.
And Gronk is stopped by this little woman, the security
Tiny
guard,
woman,
who was not cued in on the whole.
No, she did not have any idea what's going on. My closing statements for this game are: the Chargers need a better team hashtag. I don't know if you saw it.
No.
Because the rest of them, I started putting the hashtags for the teams, and it's like Go Pats, Colts,
classy,
classy. Giants Pride, like whatever the logos are.
Well,
I just knew that one. They weren't in the playoffs.
You know the Panthers one, right?
No.
It's Keep Pounding.
Do you know what the Chargers one is?
No.
Hashtag Fight for Each Other. When have the Chargers ever said that?
Yeah.
And I looked, because I think they change a few of them every year. 2017s to 2018s was like LA Chargers. Or like Chargers. It's like, why did you change that to Fight for Each Other? What does that even mean?
I guess because they wanted, I don't know. I would have been like...
I almost didn't want to put the hashtags. So I was like, I don't want to write that. It's dumb.
I kind of like, it would have been better if it was like a hashtag plug in,
Right? Bolt up.
Bolt up, yeah. Like charge.
Fight for each other.
Fight for each other. I mean, that's like kind of like a football thing where it's like, you fight for your brother on the sidelines over there. You fight like...
That's like the tagline for the next Gears of War game. So it's like fight for each other. It's
fight
like
for each other.
Okay.
Fight for humanity.
Yeah.
Save the cause.
Halo 9, fight for each other.
General Philip Rivers has 85 fucking kids. Fight for each other.
They're all going into college football at the same time. Fight for each other.
They're going to play on 3 different SCE teams.
The Rivers will own the league. Fight for each other.
Sooner or later, Philip Rivers will just have to get a Super Bowl ring. It's the law of averages. I mean, he's just trying to hedge his bets.
He's been there so many times. He's been so close.
So close.
So now to get to the final game of the weekend. Foles lost his souls. Eagles versus Saints. Man. This was the only game we all picked the same team, and we all picked the Saints, and we were all right.
Yeah. No, this was the kind of game that kept you on the edge of your seat, because it took a while for the Saints to pick up.
Exactly.
And then at the end of the game, you're like, "What are you doing?"
For a game that we all picked the same winner, we all thought it was going to be the most bygone game.
Right.
It was a really exciting, close game.
Yeah.
I mean, Philly went up 2 scores early.
Right.
Everybody was like, "Holy shit, what's happening?"
Like,
I can't take this again.
Right. No, yeah, there's a lot.
PTSD ran wild.
There's a lot of people, especially in Philadelphia, that were like, "Oh, here we go again, baby. We're going to shock the world. We're going to take on the 2 teams that no one said we could beat. Here we go. Shut up, Drew Brees.
Big Dick Nick.
Big Dick Nick's in the building. He's going to flop it out and top it off." But he, it wasn't in the books for him. It wasn't. He didn't play that great, I don't think. He made some good throws, but he was picked off twice, and it just, that running game, that's where it came back around to haunt them. They don't have they had a couple good runs.
The ghost of J.J.
It's like you don't have a guy, if you have the lead, who could kill the clock and just move you along.
And I think that's what really pushed them through last year, was having Blunt and Ajayi as kind of this 2-headed run game. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Along with Sproles. They just had this committee.
Yeah.
And that was what really pushed them, because along with that, you had Aguilar, you had Jeffries.
Yeah, you had Ertz. You had a team.
You had a full team.
Yeah, and then this year it just felt like when Ajayi went down and the trade deadline came around, they had the opportunity to maybe trade Foles for a running back or trade
Bell.
Oh yeah,
You probably could have gotten Bell.
Probably.
But they didn't want to pay that high of a price.
Yeah, they made the move for Golden Tate, which was, possession receiver, one of the best in the game.
But I don't think your receivers were the issue.
No, your receivers weren't the issue.
Yeah.
Your issue was running back.
Exactly. And you should have made a move for a running back.
Yeah.
C.J. Anderson should have gave him a call.
Well,
he was there.
He was available.
Look at him now.
Yeah. he could run the RPO.
Right?
Yeah.
It would have been great.
Yeah.
So condolences to Nick Landy of the Landy Lodge for
sorry, bud.
the Eagles being taken out of it.
Just not a good week for Knicks.
Gone too soon.
No, it's gone at appropriate
time. Yeah, now gone at appropriate time.
That gimmick lasted a
little
bit
Like I said,
longer
for as bad and as mediocre as the NFC East was this year, for two teams to be in the Final Four of the NFC was like, what the fuck? It's you two and then the Saints and the fucking Rams. It's like, what?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, so if you notice, the teams that won in both sides in the AFC and the NFC were the 1 and the 2 and the 1 and the 2.
Exactly.
So only the favorites made it through.
Yeah,
and
a wild card weekend was just null and void.
Yeah, there's no Cinderella story. There's no hot team coming through.
No,
it's
basically,
you know what?
In a year where there's been so many overpowered teams,
right?
I'm cool with it. You know what I mean?
It's like this is the everything we kind of wanted out of the playoffs.
This is the Final Four we deserved.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Because we could still get the whole we can get the young quarterbacks against each other. We could get the old quarterbacks against each other.
We could get a young quarterback versus old.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Like it's there. Like like every storyline is there. You just have to change the name.
Yeah.
That's it.
You know, who is the Super Bowl this year? Is it Fox? Is it?
I think it's CBS.
You know they have all the graphics ready to go.
Yeah, they just
yeah,
cut and paste.
Like old versus new versus who's the young hot kid?
Who's the new Tom Brady? Who's the new Yeah, that's the whole thing. Oh, it's on Fox. No, hold on. Oh, goddamn phone. Do your job. It's on CBS.
CBS.
So Tony Romo will finally make it to a Super Bowl.
Is he doing the Super Bowl?
He's the main guy.
Let's go.
Romo's
first Super Bowl.
Yeah.
See, it's not all bad, Mikey.
Yeah.
You're going to get to see Romo in his first Super Bowl.
When life gives you lemons, your former quarterback gets to call a Super Bowl game. It's the joke in Little Nicky with Dan Marino trying to sell his soul for a Super Bowl ring. It's like, well, I'll go there as a broadcaster and win an Emmy.
That's exactly what Tony Romo's doing.
Yep.
I'll go there as a broadcaster, goddammit.
And he's good. He might win an Emmy for it.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, look at him. He should give, what's his name, some lessons.
Oh, Jason Witten? Yeah. Ugh.
Remember the weird rumors halfway through the season of Witten coming back?
Yeah, because nobody was watching Monday Night Football.
Yeah.
Everyone was just I guess I could go deal with my family or something.
Might as well go deal with my family issues. I don't want to watch Booger McFarland do this
Booger
anymore.
McFarland and this team sucks.
Yeah, that was not good. So let's get into a bit of news.
Bit of news.
First off, kind of reemerged today, but we will always bring it up on the show. Antonio Brown is a fucking maniac.
Bad guy.
Yeah. Going through some shit this week. Let me see.
That's a way to say it.
Yeah.
Going through some shit this week.
I was gonna pull up the tweet. I think I put it in the chat earlier today. Yes. Something came out about Bruce Arians where he said, this isn't the Antonio that was drafted in 2010.
Right.
To which Brown wrote on Twitter, he didn't draft me, he drafted Emmanuel Sanders. Same guy who missed rehab to go on networks to talk about me on situation he have zero clue. Arians now wears kangaroo hats and glasses, but I'm a diva. Done seen it all. Then they say we friends. Stop lying.
Okay.
L-I-E-N.
L-I-E, a lion.
Stop lying. Stop lying.
Leon, yeah.
Yeah, so, granted, give him some credit.
He's
no real reason for Arians to really comment on the situation.
Right.
Doesn't really know him like that, probably like that.
No, yeah.
But then he kind of called out Emmanuel Sanders, to which Sanders responded to him. And he put 4 of the crying laughing emojis. He's like, you know damn well I didn't travel to LA to talk about you, fam. You tripping, yo. I went to be an analyst in which you acting foolish was the topic, and I gave my analytical opinion. Get off the gas, yo. You did it to yourself.
Oh my god.
So, bit of smack talk back and forth.
Oh, so messy. Antonio Brown doesn't need to say anything.
But you do know that OBJ is a distraction.
Could we stop talking about OBJ? He's such a distraction that we can't he's just out there every week doing something or nothing. I don't know.
Somebody, because I was talking to a friend of mine who watches football, and he was talking to him about this, and he was kind of on AB's side where he's like, yeah, fuck Bruce Arians, you shouldn't be saying stuff like this. And then he's like, man, talking about Tony's not that bad, you got to feel for the guy. I went, he almost killed a kid. And he was like, what? I was like, hey, you didn't know about that? He threw furniture off a fucking balcony.
Antonio Brown, bad guy. But here's the thing. It's that all that talk is just going to get him somewhere. All the talent in the world is going to push him as far, but then all this bullshit's going to bite him in the ass. Like look at what happened with like T.O., like a talented guy, ended up football Siberia until he was a first ballot Hall of Famer, and he just talked all this shit, and it took him like 5 tries to get in.
And he'll really not show up.
He was going to. I think he showed up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because everyone kind of like guilted
Gave him shit for it.
Yeah, I kind of was on his side about not showing up. I'm like, yo, they didn't want to put you in.
Now they want to.
And now they want you
now
to
they
show
want to make
up.
money off your name.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
But like, there's certain things that like, I'll side with the player on, and there's certain things I'll side with like the media on.
Of course.
But when you're an active player, like Antonio Brown is, who in a must-win game for the Steelers, your season went from bad to this team's got a chance to bad again, and now to worse. Like you're one win away from going in, and what do? You act like a baby, and you miss practices all week, and then you show up expecting to play.
Yeah.
Like you got to give Mike Tomlin credit for putting like team first.
Yeah, finally putting team first,
but like I don't know,
not taking shit from his players.
Antonio Brown, I don't know if it would be different if he was a Giant. Like I don't know, like would I be?
I don't want him.
No, I'm like saying like if he was on our team and causing this shit.
Oh yeah.
Like would I be a little bit more sympathetic to him? But because he's on because he's on another team, I don't really care.
That's an interesting point. Because I've seen a lot of Steeler fans being like, "Oh, stick by him."
Well, yeah, because he's one of their best players. Like,
yeah,
that's the thing.
and for me, it's like I understand maybe wanting out of your situation. I'm sympathetic towards that.
Right.
I think you should be allowed to be traded if you really don't feel like you're giving it your all. But finish out the season.
Yeah.
Don't do what you did and put yourself before the team like that. You know what I mean?
No, yeah, because you're
like if he
market
did
value.
that for the Giants and kind of fucked us out of the playoffs, I'd be like, get this dude out of here.
Right.
Like honestly, if Odell did something like that, I'd be like, okay, fuck this guy.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's
I think if AB went, if he was upset this whole week, he went to practice, he did his thing, and they won because AB was there. They got the edge over whatever team they were playing, but they still won the game. I think it just whatever they made it to the playoffs, and then same situation. I'm sorry. He came, they played, they won, and then they didn't make the playoffs. And then after that, it could be like he's like, yeah, I would like a trade. Like I demanded, I want out of here. You'd be like, yeah, you know what? Fuck them. Fuck Big Ben, because all he's been doing is like talking mad shit, causing a lot of shit between Bell and the team. He's kind of as we call him, Big Bitch Roethlisberger.
Of course.
He's obviously an instigator. Mike Tomlin may not be your cup of tea because after a certain amount of time, you need a change. You feel like you're for your career and for your own personal like health, like maybe getting out of Pittsburgh would be the best thing for you.
Yeah.
But like you have that equity of like, I'm a team guy. Look what I did for my team. I put my shit aside until the season was over.
I mean, like, I think you could look at the way Bell handled the situation.
Yeah,
how
he
Brown
just didn't
handled
show
the
up.
situation.
Yeah.
And I mean, is it one and the same or is it different?
No,
because both kind of were like kind of fuck this team. I gotta do me.
I think.
But I think it's. I was gonna say I think it's like. I think I respect more, at least from the jump, being like, I'm sitting out this season for myself.
Right.
Instead of being like, I'm going to play, but also kind of fuck this team over.
Right.
For myself.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
I'm kind of in the same boat because you like with Bell saying like I'm going to sit out, it gave the Steelers time to like, all right, well I'll plan for someone else.
Yeah.
Instead of like week 17, I'm just going to be
get playoffs on the line.
Yeah.
I guess I'm just not going to show up.
Yep.
Like that's what I think really did it in. So
well, what do you guys think?
Yeah, let us know.
Come on,
hit us up on the Twitter.
Get us
at
out
the
there.
Picked Last Pod. I think we have a Gmail, but don't.
Yeah, don't.
Nobody's gonna check
emails
that.
for old ladies.
Yeah, nobody's gonna email. So go on Twitter. Let us know what you think about Antonio Brown.
Yep.
Should he be traded? Should the Steelers force him to be on the team?
And or yeah.
Let us know what you think.
Because even
the
owner said like I don't think Antonio Brown is destined to be on this team for much longer.
Yeah. So and if you do think he's leaving, where is he headed?
Yeah.
Let us know.
Cincinnati.
Brian,
you don't want to play here? Play in the shit town.
Play in Cincinnati.
Cincinnati. They have bad food there, apparently.
So moving on. Of course, we talked about Philly. They're officially out of it, and they head into the offseason now. Foles is going to be leaving.
Yep, he's
Foles is done in Philly.
Yep. He's gonna pay his $2 million opt-out.
Yes. Now, do you think it was beneficial for the Eagles to not trade him this season and try to get something out of, kind of sell high and kind of ride it out? Like, looking back now as, okay, you didn't win the Super Bowl, got to the divisional game.
I think it paid off well for him
to keep him around.
Because of the situation like what happened. If they would have traded him off and they didn't really get a good backup, it would have been like Sobelfield, the backup.
Ooh.
So a year after you won the Super Bowl, you wouldn't have made the playoffs.
Yeah.
Like, you got, like, and I think that's what I called in the beginning of the year. Like, either they'd get back in or they'd be really bad.
Yeah.
And
it really could have gone either way.
But like, because Nick Roethlisberger, Nick Foles came in, kind of slowed the offense down, got everyone involved a little bit more. It changed their outcome, but I think they made the right move. I think it's one of those damned if you do, damned if you don'ts.
Yeah. It was either that you sold high and you didn't make the playoffs this year,
right?
Or you made the playoffs this year. You don't really get anything back, but you wish him well. He's going to get paid.
Yeah, anything you would have got from Nick Foles would have been from 2019 onward.
Exactly.
Like, that's like if you trade him for a first-round pick, it wouldn't be for that. It wouldn't be for 2018. No, it would be for the next year.
Of course.
Yeah.
So, that'll be another fun thing to watch in the offseason.
Yeah.
To see where Foles is headed.
Jacksonville.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah.
I think that's the front runner.
Yep.
And you know what? I'm happy with it if it means us not getting skipped in the draft.
Yep.
Speaking of the draft, our next bit of news broke, of course, like right after we did our show last week.
Like
Kyler Murray.
Seconds after.
Yeah, like we checked Twitter right after the show. I was like, oh, cool. Kyler Murray declared for the draft.
Yeah.
So, what do you make of that? Do you think this alters picks? Do you think people that might have just gone after Haskins are now in between?
I think the new head coach / male model in Arizona opened his dumb mouth and said, like, he would pick Kyler Murray first anytime out.
But what happens with you having Josh Rosen now?
Well, you could either trade him. Like, I think that's the problem. Like, do
we end up with Josh Rosen?
I don't think so.
Because we would have drafted him if we wanted him.
I think we were going after Josh Allen. I think
think so?
Giants would prefer Josh Allen because that's a guy, like, he's a big guy, throws a big ball. Kind of
has an Eli demeanor to him.
Yeah. Kind of calm. Josh Rosen, I think, burned a lot of people the wrong way because he's like, I'm the smartest man in the room kind of attitude.
Yeah. But I don't think he was bad. I think he was just in a shit situation.
Yeah. I don't know. I think.
Yeah.
I'm not a football. I think if it would have cost us a first-round pick for Josh Rosen, I wouldn't have taken it.
No, I wouldn't.
I wouldn't give him the first and the sixth pick.
Yeah.
That sounds like a fucking Raiders move.
Which, by the way, I think both their picks now are, 24 and 27 that they got for them?
It's 4, 26, and 27.
Great job, Gruden.
Way to go. You should be fired for that.
You gave Khalil Mack and Amari Cooper for a 26th and 27th pick.
You just can't find a pass rusher like that.
And you're not going to find them.
Especially at the number 4 pick.
Yeah.
Dumbass.
Yeah. Because even Bosa is not falling.
Because if Arizona doesn't take a quarterback with the first pick,
they're taking Bosa.
Yeah. To fix that, to make that defense stronger.
Which is what I think they're doing.
Yeah. Because you have to pick that kid. He's
so
good.
Like, you already have Rosen. I don't think you need Murray.
And even there's another defensive end, Josh Allen. I think he might fall down a little bit. Yeah. But I think with the Jets at 3, the Jets might take him.
But John Gruden's gonna be like, Josh Allen, he was drafted last year. You idiots.
He was in my quarterback camp.
He's not even on defense.
What's it?
You morons.
Spider Y2 banana.
Yeah.
Firestone tires.
So
I actually looked up Kyler Murray. I have Kyler Murray's baseball stats up here to say is it a good idea or is it a bad idea? So he batted. That's his batting average was a 296. It's pretty good. Out of 296 out of 189 plate appearances, so he had 56 hits, 13 doubles, 3 triples, 10 home runs, 47 RBIs. Struck out 28 times, stole 10 bases. This is like his most recent year, so 2018. He doesn't have a lot of stats, so the fact that they were going to give him like $9 million off the jump or $4 million off the jump, it's a tough sell. And I know baseball sent representatives to the A's going give this kid money. Give him money now. Give him as much money as you possibly can.
Yeah.
And the A's being the A's.
We're like, no,
we want to keep him at this level. But like his statistical jump, he would be possibly one of the better players because he was strong, young kid, fast, big arm. He had limitless potential in baseball.
Yeah.
Going to football now, he's gonna make money early.
Is he gonna?
But is he gonna make it?
Yeah. Of course, even with Baker Mayfield, things come into play. Height, a big issue with Kyler Murray.
He's what, 5'2"?
Yeah, like Dwayne Haskins is literally head and shoulders above him. You can get away with that in college. A lot harder in the NFL to get away with that. Let me ask you, as a Giants fan and as potentially being the first quarterback,
if he's there when we're there,
who do you think we go for, or who would you want to go for? I should say.
Yeah.
I think, it's rough.
It's very rough.
It's difficult because it could really go either way.
I would rather take Haskins.
Yeah.
Because of the Heisman curse.
Yeah.
Anybody who's had a Heisman has had a very rough NFL season. Except Cam Newton's kind of an exception.
Yeah.
But look at Tim Tebow, and especially on Giants, you have Ron Dane.
Yeah.
Been there's been a lot more busts than there has been successes. So it's tough, but
I'm with you. I think I would go Haskins.
Yeah. Like I said before, I prefer a bigger quarterback.
Yeah, me too.
Take a bit of a beating.
I prefer a bigger quarterback. Haskins seems like a guy who wants to play in New York.
That's a big thing. It's a big thing. You want to be.
It is.
You gotta want to be
exactly.
Here.
Also, there is always going to be that risk until we play week 1 of Kyler being like, actually, they're going to pay me. I'm going to go to baseball, and then we get fucked.
Yeah, the A's come out with some wild ass offer,
and that's the last thing after the past 2 years of this team to then get fucked when we finally take a quarterback. Yeah. And then John Mara's like, I'm not drafting another one for 20 more years. So I think I'm with Haskins on that. But of course, I don't know if you saw this. People found out that Kyler Murray's uncle, Calvin, was the batter when Randy Johnson hit the bird. So there's the alternate dimension where Randy Johnson doesn't hit that bird and Kyler Murray plays in the MLB.
So the bird is
the butterfly effect.
That's the inciting incident to all this.
Yeah, that's what caused this chain of events. That bird being hit is now why he's playing football.
See Rob Manfred, the fucking commissioner of Major League Baseball, sitting like Doctor Strange in Infinity Wars, just fucking
we're in the end game now.
It's like there was 14 million different solutions, and we only have one time that we're successful.
There's only one situation where he plays football, and it's if Randy Johnson hits that bird.
And fucking Goodell comes out of a cloud like, I've made sacrifices.
Oh, God. And the last bit of news, not really news at all, but Adam Gase looks like a crazy person.
This is going to be so much fun.
I'll be honest, man.
He looks like a bundle of laughs.
Yeah, he does. But I'm going to be honest. I don't think he's a bad coach at all.
I don't know.
I don't think he's Bill Belichick by any means. But I think he did some very interesting things in Miami. I think the problem is Miami from the top down is very unorganized. Yeah. But same could also kind of be said about the Jets.
Well, they hired Greg Williams, who was the interim head coach of the Browns, to basically be the defensive coach, the defensive coordinator. Mm-hmm. But the way they're saying it is that Gase can only worry about the offense, about Sam and all this, and then Williams will only worry about the defense. He's got to be a head coach.
Exactly.
Where did it go that the head coach controls the whole team? This whole
it's now if you're either offense or defensive minded, it's only you're only allowed to focus on that.
Exactly. It's it's the Scott McVay. Because I know
damn it, Scott.
It's this whole trend in football where it's it's also it sucks. Because they have to be specialized in one thing. They can't be running the whole team. There's no responsibility on the coach then, because you'd be like, look, I'm an offensive guy.
Yeah.
My defensive guy failed me, so it's but the buck stops at the head coach.
Yeah.
There has to be a reason.
Look at what's considered the greatest of all time, Bill Belichick.
Mm-hmm.
You could say he's defensive minded because he came from being a defensive coach.
Right.
But he's now well known for his offensive system.
Right.
He's a balanced coach.
Yeah.
That's what you need is balance.
Yeah, like you even look at his Super Bowls. Like his first 2 Super Bowls were defense.
Yeah.
You know, they had a tough-nosed defense. They had like 0 name wide receivers that didn't lose them the game. And they had Adam Vinatieri just sniping out field goals.
Yeah. Yeah.
But then you have like, and then now it turned into like, okay, when it was the years where like Brady, Moss, Welker, you know, that whole like the 18-0s and like that whole year, like the offense took over, and now they found a balance and they won consistently. Mm-hmm. Like they won like even more consistently.
Yeah. So it's like, you know, you need to find that, but as far as Adam Gase, I do think, I mean, obviously he comes from an offensive background. I think there's more upside with Darnold than Tannehill, and I think he'll be fine with that.
Yeah.
I think for me, looking at, like you said, with Greg Williams, who for some reason I always want to say Greg Jennings because I messed that up once on the show. You know, every time I go to say Greg Williams, I go to say Greg Jennings.
Scored a 98-yard touchdown with a broken leg.
What can he do as a defensive coordinator?
Yeah, he could do it all. He put the team on his back.
But from what I've read, a lot of things say that like the atmosphere around that team for the past like 2-3 years or so with Bowles was very almost like he was a player's coach. It got a little too buddy-buddy. With Gase and Greg Williams coming in, especially Greg Williams, they said they want it to be run more like training camp almost. It's like, it'll be like fucking boot camp. It's like, do your job. Be like, you know, fucking earn this.
Right. No,
like,
yeah.
they want that atmosphere of a lot more professional. Like, not even, it makes it sound like Bowles was like a fucking slack, but like.
Well, it feels like Bowles.
More like nose to the fucking grindstone, you know what I mean?
It feels like Bowles was kind of didn't have that big boy voice.
Yeah.
You know, and you got like a coach that could just like, all right, that's it.
Yeah.
No bullshit. But it's like, he kind of was like, yeah, okay. Because he seemed very laid back.
All right, that's it. No
For
bullshit.
a defensive guy, he was very laid back.
Oh, yeah.
But now you got fucking Crazy Eyes McGee and fucking Poundy Gate Jr. over there.
Imagine Greg Williams yelling at you while Gase is just giving you those eyes. You wouldn't want to fuck up. You'd be like, all right.
But yeah, like you look at how Greg Williams had Cleveland's defense going last year.
Yeah.
They led the league in, I think, turnovers and interceptions and all this shit. I mean, that's great for the Jets. Good for them.
Yeah. But I mean, also, first year in the league, Peyton Manning did the same fucking thing.
Right.
You know, you never know. 1 year does not describe a quarterback. It will remain to be seen, but as far as the Jets, I mean, I'm not going to knock it. I kind of like. I called Adam Gase to the Jets.
Here's something you could rely on, Jets fans, if you're upset about it. Can't get any worse than what it's been.
Right? The worst case
What's
scenario,
the worst case scenario?
It stays the same.
You get another top 5 first round pick for the next year.
Yay.
Okay. You have $1 billion in cap space.
Yeah.
Go fuck yourself.
So I think it is an exciting time to be a Jets fan. Obviously, you now have your hopefully quarterback of the future in Darnold.
Right.
You have your coach who you hope can take you there now.
Yep.
With a defensive coordinator in place. You're going to do whatever your fucking rebrand is this summer.
Fill the gaps.
Yeah.
Fill the gaps.
Yeah,
now.
I think you said black and green. Was that you that said that?
Black and green? Yeah, I said black and
That'd be fucking cool.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Do that.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, we'll see what happens. It's going to be a fun team to watch next year. I'm sure they'll do good things.
Yep.
Now let's get into a little segment called Studs and Duds.
Studs and Duds!
Studs and Duds!
What up?
Where would you like to begin? Your stud or your dud?
My dud this week would be the whoever number 20 on the San Diego Chargers defense is.
I'll look it up.
I wish I remembered your name because you played absolutely terribly. It was between you and Marcus Peters, who the only reason why it's not is because the Rams won. Number 20 played fucking terribly. He got a ton of stupid penalties. One of the plays I saw, fucking Brady was going for like a quick
Desmond King.
There you go.
Yeah.
I think that
Cornerback.
Cornerback.
Yeah.
Williams on the, I don't know, somebody on that defense.
I'm trying to look now to see if I see
a
Williams. I don't know.
Okay, so yeah, number 20.
At first I was going to say, you're not talking about Derwin James, are you?
No, yeah. So there was a easy play where I think Welker goes out for like a quick, I think it was almost like a screen pass.
Yeah.
And this guy just lines him up to get tackled. But if he paid attention to where the ball was, it was a pick six, and it would have changed the whole outcome of the game.
Ugh.
So it was just sloppy play.
Yeah.
The whole Chargers defense needs to be kicked in the balls. I feel bad for Phillip Rivers, and because kids got to eat.
Yeah, absolutely. My dud of the week would be whoever was in charge of the Chargers not going right to New England or staying on the East Coast.
The travel secretary.
Yeah, the travel secretary.
George Costanza.
You fucking idiot. You cost your team a possible chance to go.
3 trips to the East Coast. Oh, back and forth. So you leave Los Angeles, go to Baltimore, then go back to Los Angeles, then go to New England. That's 3 cross-country flights.
How many times do you need to lose in New England before you decide to fucking stay in New England?
0-8 against New England. What are you doing?
Like, how do you not win one?
Oh my God!
That gets into that's more than that's not on the travel secretary.
He's just taking it on the chin.
We're 0-8.
I've been here for like 10 years and we haven't been pretty yet.
I've been at this job for like 2 years. I'm sorry.
I just started.
Now your dud of the week. I mean your stud of the week. Yeah, unless you want to give a second dud, John Gruden.
John Gruden, continuously Hall of Fame dud. I would say my stud of the week would have to be Sean Lee and Leighton Vander Esch getting yelled at by their head coach, but showing ultimate respect by listening. And still, C.J. Anderson.
Yeah.
Coming through.
Yeah.
What a champ.
Yeah, that's a great one.
Yeah.
I'm going to say Patrick Mahomes.
Okay.
I understand that as good as the Chiefs have been, it's his first playoff game. Playoffs, different beast. Mm-hmm. And he came out, did not show any sign of,
And that field was in shit conditions.
Yeah. That's
shit.
Yeah.
And it's going to be even worse this weekend.
That's going to be Brady's excuse.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
There it is.
Oh, my ankle.
Everything's cold.
Oh, the field condition.
Everything's cold. My jacket was too heavy.
Send me back to New England. Did you see? I don't know if I said it on the show, but I kept saying all week, I'm like, man, I wonder how big Brady's jacket's going to be this week. And then sure enough, it was somehow fucking bigger this week.
That's like 8 jackets.
Yeah.
It's like when
you could fit the whole team in there. Let
like,
everybody else be warm.
Have you ever done that? It's like when you're in like elementary school, you just put on everybody's coats to see how many you could get on.
Yeah.
Just like kind of walking around.
That's Brady on the sideline. Like, look at me, Giselle.
I'm just sitting here getting ready to talk to Josh McDaniels.
I'm in everybody's jacket.
The fact that the Colts make the playoffs without him should actually show that he's not a good coach.
All right, now it is time for picked last postseason predictions.
Right.
We've been running strong.
Does that mean the Super Bowl, it will be the pick last pick?
Fuck. Fuck. It's spoiled.
Oh, God damn it.
You went there too early.
Damn it.
Before we get into this week's predictions, let's touch up on the scoreboard for where we're at after the divisional round.
Okay.
In first place, we have Bryan.
Yep.
5-3. Looking pretty. However, your point differential is 165.
I'm trying to get 200.
You probably will hit it this week.
Yeah.
Mike, no, I'm sorry. I am in second place, 4-4.
Okay.
With an 83-point differential.
That's pretty good.
Just about half of what yours is at.
Got some room to make up.
Now, Mikey tied with me for 4-4.
Okay.
However, his point differential is at 112. So, Mikey, kind of in the middle ground of both, which puts him in third place. So it's tight. You know what I mean? Any game could decide this. We're real close in this. Now,
I could lose both my picks this week, and you guys jump up if you get the right.
If we
picks.
all tie and I keep my point differential, by default, I could take it.
What happens if who wins? Like, what do we get?
I don't know. We still haven't decided what we win. You get to talk shit in like a 20-second video on Twitter.
Nah, that's all right.
Yeah, like what do we do?
I don't know. We'll figure it out. But I mean, like, because here's the thing: like, if I get both my picks this weekend and you guys split, then I win automatically because I'd be 7-3.
We go out to dinner and the two losers split the bill. I don't know.
Yeah, you go to dinner with a guy who like historically orders the smallest thing on the menu.
Joke's on you.
Joke's on you. I only get junior cheese, but I'm the fattest one here.
I don't know. We still have to figure it out. If you just let us know on Twitter.
Yeah.
Help us come up with what the ending of this is going to be. We need to figure out what we're playing for here. So we're obviously going to have 2 losers and 1 winner.
Well, you could have the one because I mean, one guy could come in second place and have kind of just under, but there's also going to be one.
If
guy.
we do it like point, like the record and the point
so if
differential.
you guys end in a tie, you guys should both be punished.
Yeah.
Like that's the thing. If someone ends in a tie,
But are we saying that if let's say it was right now where you're 5-3, I'm 83 point differential? Do we
Right.
both win and Mikey's
does that
Mikey's
factor in?
tonight's big loser?
pretty much.
Yeah. Like what do we do?
Yeah.
I guess we'll pose the question on Twitter.
Right.
Let us know because we need to come up with a solution for what we're playing for.
Right.
And we'd like to decide it before the Super Bowl, preferably.
Yeah.
So
By the Pro Bowl, to get it done.
Let us know. So to get into the first game,
Okay.
we'll go AFC.
AFC. Oh,
Pats and Chiefs.
That was my weak point last week. AFC
Yeah.
killed me.
So we're hitting you where it hurts. We will start off just with Mikey's score.
Okay.
Because, Mikey obviously couldn't be here, consoling Dallas right now.
Yep.
So we were like, Mikey, we need your scores. You got to get them in. So here we go. Pats and Chiefs. Mikey is going with the Pats. He's hammering the over.
Oh,
48-42 Patriots. Good God. Going to be a bonanza of points.
That's like 100 points. So
Yeah. If I did the math really quickly, that is 90 points.
Okay.
That is
close to 100 points.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
So 90 points.
Not putting the weather into any factor.
No, not at any
The
factor.
fact that it's going to be either 10 or negative
the fact that
0.
it's pretty much going to be like a fucking blizzard, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, there's a winter snap coming.
Yeah, absolutely. So where do you come down on this game, Bri?
I think because it's an Arrowhead, Chiefs is really good. And like you said, it does come down to coaching. I'm gonna give it to, and I picked the Chiefs earlier in the season.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna pick. So now I'm gonna put my money where my mouth is. I'm gonna pick the Chiefs. They're gonna win 35-24.
35-24 Chiefs. Okay. I am also going to pick the Chiefs.
Okay.
It's tough.
It is tough.
It's going to be real close. I think the Pats etched one out on the Chiefs earlier in the year.
Yeah, it was a close.
It's a bit of a revenge game.
And it was in Foxborough. Remember
It was in
that?
Foxborough. Bit of a revenge game. Now they're coming to Arrowhead. That crowd is hot. And I don't care what you say.
Snowball throwing
that
hot.
affects the game. You have a hot crowd. You have
What's stronger, a hot crowd or hot boys on defense? Obviously a hot crowd.
yeah, obviously a hot crowd because the hot boys on
Them
defense.
hot boys are now cold.
The Van Jalen hot boys couldn't. They were stopped.
And Andrews,
no souls were taken.
No souls were taken. Souls were given.
So I am going to take the Chiefs in this game. However, I'm going to say 31-28.
Okay.
Chiefs.
That's a 3-point game.
It is.
Parker's 3-point pick.
That's my specialty.
Okay.
And I think it's just going to be like last time, a really close game. However, I think the Chiefs sneak it out, and it's going to be a fresh face in the Super Bowl.
Do you feel that Gostkowski's going to miss the kick in the last, because he's been missing kicks this season?
Wins are going to be a factor?
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah. Maybe a little double doink action.
Oh.
Can you imagine if there's a second double doink? Oh my God. Especially for like fucking New England.
Yeah.
They would be relentless.
Oh my God.
That would be the happiest day of Cody Parkey's life. He wouldn't have to hear about this shit anymore.
By the way, speaking of, bless up Goose Island Brewery in Chicago, Illinois, putting all those loudmouth douchebags on notice doing the Cody Parkey challenge, where they had a bunch of dumbasses come in and try to kick how was it, like a 30-yard field goal or 20,
I think it was like 35.
35-yard field goal to see who could do it. They had 100 people come in to kick. 0 fucking people made the kick.
Didn't one guy like kick a guy in the nuts?
He kicked the ball so hard it turned right the guy's balls. There have been more people to kick there were more falls missing the ball than there were kicks over. Like they had a fence blocking the crowd and the kickers to give them that space. There were more slip and falls than there were balls over that fence. So that's what you get, Chicago, for being loudmouth idiots.
I'm kind of glad you lost now.
Kinda. Also, I kind of want to visit your city, see what's about. What's up?
Hey, it's not bad. Not bad.
Oh,
Yeah.
cool. I need a vacation this year.
Hey, there you go.
Yeah. Finally lined it up. Everything's for Bryan this year.
Everything's coming up, Bryan.
2019, the year of Bryan, finally.
Well, hey, we're going to Halloween Horror Nights this year if you want to come along.
No, I'm good. I don't need
Good?
to be scared.
You don't want to go to Star Wars
I've
World?
eaten a lot of stuff that's giving me high cholesterol. I don't need people running out and scaring me.
That's true. Now let's go over to the NFC.
Oh, that's
Saints versus
strong suit.
Rams.
In New Orleans.
2,500K on the line.
Yeah, that's right. I was like, wait a minute, I didn't agree to this.
Yeah. Versus Scott McVay.
Scott McVay. They played in New Orleans the last time they played, and the Saints won. I think it continues. Saints win. I think they win 42 42-27.
42-27.
Yeah.
Okay, and that's Saints?
Saints.
All right. Okay, almost in line with Mikey's.
Okay.
Mikey went 31-27 Saints.
Okay.
So you both have the Rams putting up 27. I am going to go with the Rams. As much as I'd love to see Breeze in it one more time, I think Rams-Chiefs after that game this year is the Super Bowl we deserve. Be the best fucking Super Bowl I think I've ever seen. With if it goes off the way it did in that game.
I think the Saints and Chiefs could put on a good game.
Oh, I think so,
I think
too.
any of these teams could put on a good game.
I just think, like, if you were to pick out one game that stood out this regular season, that would be it.
It's like when the Giants played the Pats in the regular season before they met in the Super Bowl, and the Giants lost by 3.
Yeah.
And, like, everyone's like, yeah, this is it.
Yeah, this is it, Chief.
This is it, boy.
And then
Like,
this
I'm
is going to
ready.
be it, Chiefs, because the Rams are going to Atlanta. Score. Let's see. I'm going to say 28-24.
Okay, 4-point difference
for the Rams.
You and Mikey both are on that 4 difference.
We're on that 4 difference. I'm a 3-4 man.
The Chiefs, I believe, are given 3 on the betting line. They're given a 3-point difference, and then the Saints are given 3.5.
Now it's going to be interesting for the predictions this week, seeing as it's 2-1 in both games.
All right. Here's also the thing. If Marcus Peters is covering anywhere near Mike Thomas, it's over.
Yeah.
Because Marcus Peters,
that's true.
He can't catch a cold. He's so bad.
And then is it going to be like every time Michael Thomas catches a ball, he continues to flex?
Yeah.
It's getting really fucking annoying.
Yeah, flex on.
Yeah. I like Michael Thomas, but it's like, dude, come up with something else. Yeah. Come on. It's almost it's getting almost as annoying as the feed Zeke.
Yeah.
At this point.
What is it? Also, I think with Ingram and it's kind of like they're like each team is a mirror opposite of each other. They both have everything each other one has. Like we explained before with the Chiefs, like they have a high-powered wide receiver, Edelman and Tyreek Hill. Kind of a little on the different levels though. Tyreek Hill is obviously younger and faster. Edelman, crafty. You know, he could cut up. He could do what he can. You have your big, powerful tight ends, Kelsey and Gronkowski. And then you have your quarterbacks that are just, fearless when it comes to throwing.
Yeah.
They get a lot of time. They make a lot of stuff happen. But now you have with the Saints and the Rams, you have your quarterback who could drop dimes, just left and right dimes. Mm-hmm. You have a two. So this is going to be a tongue twister. Two-headed running games going at it against each other. Now it depends on which defense is better.
Of course.
Was the Rams defense better than Dallas's offense, or was the Saints defense better than the Eagles offense? Like, which team is better?
Yeah.
If you think about it, the Rams shut down Zeke. The Rams also shut down Amari Cooper for most of the game. They left Michael Gallup open though, and he fucking ran all over the place.
Yeah, he did.
So, but then the Saints have, if they're going to shut down Mike Thomas, they have Ted Ginn.
Yeah, Ginn's going to run all over.
And then they have, they have a couple other people who I keep on forgetting their names, but also they have Taysom Hill who just fucking shows up.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's going to be fun
because the Rams have that core of Robert Woods,
Brandon Cooks.
Yeah.
And
I almost wanted to say
Higbee.
He's not here. Yeah, I think that's his name.
Yeah.
Who as a third receiver is good. You know what I mean? So it's gonna be great.
Yeah.
Great games this week.
Difference maker in the Pats and Chiefs game. Sammy Watkins, Cordell Patterson. Watch out for those guys.
You think so? Yeah. Sammy Watkins is finally gonna do something.
Sammy Watkins killed it last week.
No, he did.
Yeah.
I'm still so attuned to hearing the name Sammy Watkins. and just being like overrated. You know what I mean?
Because it's time in Buffalo, yeah.
Yeah, so of course.
So, yeah, I think Sammy Watkins is going to come out. I think he's going to show up the Patriots. And I think Cordell Patterson, if they kick the ball to him, he's going to make some noise.
Both games are on Sunday, right?
Yes, sir. I think one's the early.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see. I just had it up. Sorry. Oops. Why is that doing that? Fox and CBS on Sunday. So Fox at 3:05 for the Rams and Saints, and 6:40 for the Chiefs and Patriots.
All right, you ready for this?
Go on.
So before you watch both these games at 3 and 6, got a little time on Sunday.
Oh.
What you should do, tune into the Movie Mayhem podcast.
That's right.
Because you boys on Bulldog Gaming, me and Bryan, we're coming through. We're coming through to the Movie Mayhem studio, and we're going to be reviewing a movie. I don't know if you want to reveal the movie just yet.
It's up to you. I mean, where I'm sitting right now, it's the shock of the nation.
Yeah.
Like, the world's going to be put on its ear.
I think I described it on Bulldog as, I said a video game movie, and I said possibly the quintessential.
It's an infamous movie.
It's infamous.
It's infamous.
I think we'll leave it at that because I think you have some campaign pictures, some
yes, I do.
some marketing
Excellent.
lined up.
I have my standard marketing.
So that's
photos
gonna be
lined up.
a good reveal. So stick tuned to all of us on Twitter. Of course, Bryan, where can the people find you if they want to see this?
You can find me at Movie Mayhem Pod on Twitter, at Movie Mayhem Podcast on Instagram. You can also find the Movie Mayhem Podcast on iTunes, Spotify, and Podbean. Andrew?
Of course, you could find me at Parks X Core. Follow Bulldog Gaming at Bulldog Gaming. Also, twitch.tv/Bulldog Gaming. We've been streaming a lot. Bryan's kind of taken a lot to the streaming. He's kind of, two-headed front. I'm the podcast guy. He's the Twitch guy.
Everyone has their roles.
We're doing it great.
That's what makes it
so be sure to check that out. Throw us a follow. And
also, if you want to console Mikey, he's at DQuat on Twitter, MDQuat on Instagram.
Yes.
And his Twitch handle is DQuat?
DQuats, I think, is the Instagram. It'll never not confuse me.
Yeah,
because they're
always.
so similar.
Yeah.
No, I'm sorry. I think isn't Twitter DQuats because he reached out to the guy.
Yes.
To try to get the handle and he couldn't.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
So I think Twitter's DQuats.
DQuats. Yes.
So be sure to follow him on there. He should be announcing his project fairly soon. So stay tuned.
Hope.
Stay tuned for whenever he's ready to do that. Be sure to send him a message saying what time does Dallas play this week. Also, are they wearing the white jerseys?
Hashtag Hot Boys.
Because the Rams are idiots for letting them wear the white jerseys.
That was me.
No, I know.
That was on me. Because I made it a thing.
Kidding.
Like, any team that plays the Cowboys, if they're running hot, should go with their white jerseys, make them switch it up.
So be sure to do that. We will see you next week for what is going to be our Super Bowl preview show.
That's right.
Like, holy shit, it's here already. Mm-hmm. Right? I mean, we have 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So maybe a big pick last Pro Bowl. We're going to have to do, we'll figure it out.
We'll bring in all of our top-rated guests, all 3 of them.
It's going to be weird. We're going to have, no games to preview next week.
No, we're just going to be,
We'll do something.
We'll figure it out.
We'll talk off air.
Yeah, let's have a production meeting right now.
All right.
All right, so Andrew, what we're going to do for our next show is...